Hello guys, it's Dr. Sami. I'm here on my day off in scrubs and with a big slab of meat, and I'm just gonna try to suture and have fun. And I figured I'll bring you here with me and show you what I usually do on my days off. I'm just kidding, no. One thing that I can share with you, because we're always learning, we're always trying to get better, is that when I first started practicing how to suture, the best thing that was closest to being able to practice similar to human skin would be pig skin. So whether you can get pig's feet, or here I have a rack of ribs, and we'll just go on and do different types of sutures. I'm not going to be talking about the sutures much, so I'm just going to be trying to tell you about things that interest me actually in real life other than surgery, which is medical history actually. And then we can learn something that is new, and also you can always watch me suture, and if you have any questions you can always ask me. You can also see a bunch of the other videos that we put in on the different types of sutures, and we can just practice and get better together. Alright, let's get started. One of the first things that I actually looked up as a medical student, and this is where I thought it's a good place to start, is actually when I came across catgut sutures. And I was like, what is catgut suture? It doesn't make too much sense. And as you get to know me more, you know that I'm a big cat person, dog person, all animals person. So I was like, are they actually using catgut? And little backstory actually is that most cultures that actually use sutures did use them from intestines, and that's where they started. So the first one that I came across when I was reading is actually Egyptians were the first ones that used products such as wool and linen, and there's some reports that they actually also used animal gut, animal intestines. Next thing I found that in Greek cultures and in Greek medicine is they also used catgut, but I still didn't know why they called them catgut. It still doesn't make sense. And I still was not going to use it as a suture because I'm not going to use my cat's gut for sutures, right? There's a whole bunch of other things. That being said, I went a little deeper, and then the best thing I could find is actually what they called it catgut because the first suture that they used was not actually used in medicine. As much as we want to believe that we are the fathers of all arts and sciences, we're not. The first time they used animal intestines was for musical instruments, and this is why they were called kit gut, or they would call a kite string. Kit meaning a small violin or a guitar. And then as they saw that actually using those strings for the guitars and those small violins has a lot of tensile strength, why not use it in medicine? And actually it worked very well. The second piece of interesting information is that they actually did not use cats for it, and they still don't use cats for it, because cats are too cute. Well, that's not fair because sheep are also cute, but they use sheep and goats and not cats because it was easier to, of course, use cattle to domesticate it, to use them and their products for meat and for food, as well as use their guts for medical purposes. So that being said, and as you read a little bit, you jump on to the next topic. So the second thing, I was like, who's that smart person? I wasn't going to find that Egyptian person if I figured that out, but I figured someone was smart enough to use that and actually use technology to actually put catgut on the shelves where we can still use it in the operating room these days. So the closest thing I could find is someone named John Hunter. And John Hunter, we'll get to learn about him a little bit. John Hunter is actually a Swiss doctor or a Swiss scientist, and I'm jealous because he's called the father of scientific surgery, which is a different topic we can talk about. But he is supposedly one of the first people that actually focused on anatomy and focused on sutures and surgery in the late 1700s. And some of the credit goes to him, although there's no clear source if he was the one that actually was the first person to use catgut. But as that time I last not here, we'll learn a little bit more about John Hunter in our next video.